So everybody, before we start, I want to introduce to you my friend Dave Benson. And Dave is a pastor who is serving in Springfield, Missouri, and doing an interesting thing. He is planting a church there. I planted church when I was 30, when I was 40, and when I was 50. Dave took over when he's 60 there. So is that a cruel thing to say about somebody? I don't know. But anyway, Dave, as we're waiting, we had some people say, oh, we want to come, not for a meal, but stop by for the show. So come on up and tell us a little bit of what you're doing. And then when 7 o'clock chimes, we will get started with the music. And I am just impressed that you can do that. That is...
and we're actually, I'm just a few days older than
like
you.
4 days older, yeah.
5 days,
yeah.
So,
just to tell you a little bit about how Dave and I got together. Back last millennium, yes, it was last millennium, we were in seminary together, and Dave and Jan, that's his lovely wife Jan right there, yay, and groupies, you know. And Mary and I were in Concordia Seminary together, and then we got placed within 20 miles of each other. We were starting a church, and they were part of a larger church that had a larger staff and a school, and we were so lonesome, they sort of said, okay, invited us to our staff, their staff meetings and all things like that. And, you know, so anyway,
we're legends in our own minds. Yeah.
We also started playing guitar together, and we did some really, really fantastic shows. For example, we once did, I think, the Southeastern Wisconsin Hereford Breeders Association quarterly meeting. And that was, so we got together and played some of these songs. And so this is a reprise. But we're not in Wisconsin anymore. We're in Kansas City. And so Kansas City, here you come. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here we come.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
We got a crazy way of loving there, and it's gonna be my home.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
I'm going to Kansas City, gonna have a real good time.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City, gonna have a real good time.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
There's a guitar playing preacher there, and he's a friend of mine. Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I've come.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
There's a guitar playing preacher there, and he's a friend of mine. Standing on the corner of 41st and Rainbow Street.
Kansas City, in Kansas City.
Standing on the corner of 41st and Rainbow Street.
Kansas City.
There's a lot of good Lutherans there and people you like to meet. You know, Dave, we could probably make a church song about this, couldn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we could do that. Easter is coming up.
Yeah, it is.
We could just take maybe a hymn and put it here, and we'll do it like this. Jesus Christ is risen. Jesus Christ is risen today.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Our triumphant holy day.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Who did once upon the cross suffer to redeem our lives?
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. loving there. It's gonna be my home. Oh, what a potluck dinner. I think I ate a lot.
Kansas City, in Kansas City.
If I do this every Friday, I'll develop quite a pot.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
My pants are too small and my belt is completely shot. You can sing it with us. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got a crazy way of loving there, and it's gonna be my home. Now, how many of you are fans of Peter, Paul, and Mary? Right, Richard? It's past your bedtime. But here we have, not Peter, Paul, and Mary, but Mary, Dave, and Tom. So our bass player, Mary Van Duzer, give her a round of applause. Tell us about this song, Dave. Have you ever spent Saturday night in Toledo, Ohio?
Yeah, I spent a week there one day. Yeah. So it's not Saturday night, and it's not Toledo, but we want to tell you about it. Saturday night in Toledo, Ohio is like being nowhere at all. All through the days, how the hours rush by. You sit in the park and you watch the grass die. But after the sunset, the dusk and the twilight, when shadows of night start to fall, they roll back the sidewalks precisely at 10. And people who live there are not seen again. Just two lonely truckers from Great Falls, Montana, and a salesman from places unknown. All huddled together in downtown Toledo to spend their big night all alone.
Dave, how do you know of Toledo, Ohio?
Well, you ask how I know of Toledo, Ohio. Well, I spent a week there one day. They got entertainment to dazzle your eyes. Go visit the bakery and watch the buns rise. But let's not forget that the folks of Toledo unselfishly gave us the scale. No springs,
Honest weight.
that's the promise they made. So smile and be thankful next time you get weighed. And with and wed with, and let this be our motto, and let's let the sleeping dogs lie. And here's to the dogs of Toledo, Ohio. Ladies, we bid you goodbye.
Toledo,
Well, there was a boy from Arkansas who wouldn't listen to his ma when she told him that he should go to school. Well, he'd sneak away in the afternoon, take a little walk, then pretty soon you find him at the local auction barn. Well, and then listened carefully. Then pretty soon he began to see how the auctioneer could talk so rapidly. He said, oh my, it's do or die. I've got to learn that auction cry. Gonna make my mark, be an auctioneer. $25 bid and now $30, 30, will he give me 30, make it 30, bid for $30, who'll give me 30, who'll give me $30 bid. $30 bid and now 35, will they give me 35, make it 35, bid at 35, who'll bet it at $35 bid. Well, as time grew on, he did his best, and all could see he didn't jest. He practiced calling bids both night and day. And his pa'd find him behind the barn, just working up an awful storm as he tried to imitate the auctioneer. His pa said,
son, you just can't stand to have a mediocre man calling bids at auction using my good name. I'll send you off to auction school and then you'll be nobody's fool. You can take your place among the best.
$35 bidder now, $40, 40, will he give me 40, make it 40, bid for $40, will he give me 40, who'll give me $40 bid. $40 bidder now, 45, give me 40, give me 45, who'll bid it at a $45 bid. So from that boy who went to school, there grew a man who played it cool. He came back home a full-fledged auctioneer. And the people would come from miles around just to hear him make that rhythmic sound that filled their hearts with such a happy cheer. His fame spread out from shore to shore. He had all he could do and more. He had to buy a plane to get around. Now he's the tops in all the land. Let's pause and give this man a hand. He is the best hillbilly auctioneer. $45 bidder now, $50, 50, will he give me 50, make 50, then for $50, will he give me 50, who'll give me $50 bid. $50 bidder now, 55, will he make 55, make 55, 50, 55, who'll bet it at a $55 bid.
I noticed they passed an ordinance in the town. They said we'd have to tear it down. That little old shack so dear to me. But the health department said its day was over and was dead. But still that shack stays in my memory. Don't let them tear that little old building down. Don't let them tear that little old building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. 'Cause there's not another like it in the county or the town. Well, it weren't so long ago that I went tripping through the snow out to the house behind my old outdoor.
His name was Blue.
There I'd set me down to rest like a snowbird on its nest and read the Sears and Roebuck catalog. Don't let them tear that little old building down. Don't let them tear that precious building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. 'Cause there's not another like it in the county or the town. Remember, there's a blue line. We only can see that one. Well, I'd run toward that crescent moon, reaching not a minute too soon,
As my daddy's kin had done before.
It was in that quiet spot that daily cares could be forgot, and it gave the same relief to the rich and poor. Don't let them tear that little old building down. Don't let them tear that precious building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. 'Cause there's not another like it in the county or the town. Well, it weren't a castle bare, but I could plan my future there and dream my dreams to the yellow jackets drone. There I'd orbit around the sun, fight with General Washington, or be a king upon my golden throne. Don't let them tear that little old building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. 'Cause there's not another like it in the county or the town. Well, it weren't fancy built at all. We had newspapers on the wall.
It was air conditioned in the winter time.
It was just a humble hut, but the door was never shut, and a man could get inside without a dime. Don't let them tear with us that little old building down. Don't let them tear that precious building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. 'Cause there's not another like it in the county or the town. Well, now I've gotten old. I have a porcelain commode with padded seats so sparkly and clean. It will dry my derriere with warm and gentle puffs of air, and entertain me with a TV screen. Don't let them tear that real old building down. Don't let them tear that precious building down. Don't let them tear that rickety building down. 'Cause